Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I have my headsets on because I want to make sure I don't sound like I'm in a tunnel, but it might sound like I have a lispy S. I noticed that, so I apologize in advance for that. I am putting my crystals back on, you guys. I don't know if you're into crystals. This is what is this? Green aventurine, then the amethyst, then the citrine, black tourmaline. I just quartz. I am a crystal heathen. No, I shouldn't say heathen. I have a low network connection, so I better get with it, huh? And this is tanzanite. I don't know if anyone else is into the crystals. Give me a couple of hearts. Give me hearts. I am TJ Sykes, and I help people live beautiful through self-care on steroids so that you can live that happy and abundant life that you desire. And today I want to talk about generosity. I'm not sure how many people we have on yet, but if you are listening to the replay, go ahead and hashtag replay in the comments. Sharing is caring. We all know someone who can use this information. And finally, go ahead and save this video to your favorites. That way you can reference it at any time without having to scroll through the page. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to talk about generosity because, honey, I almost didn't get a chance to come on, and I'm like, ooh, let me just go ahead and shoot the gap and do this. So, generosity isn't always about finance, and I think a lot of people forget that. They don't realize. And I know that the society that we live in today is all about be here yesterday, do this yesterday, and then at your 9 to 5, you're doing the 9 times out of 10, you're doing the job of maybe 2, 3 people, and they want it yesterday, and everything is fast, fast, fast. It's just a fast paced society that we're in now. That's just how it is. But I challenge people to slow down. You know the phrase, stop and smell the roses. Well, there is some truth and some healing in that. And literally, that's what we all need to do. Literally stop and smell the roses. Stop and, you know, take in all that God has given us. Take in all of the beauty, the nature, and just to appreciate and give thanks for what we have, what we can see, what we can hear, smell, taste, and touch. Okay. And with that, I think a lot of times people are a bit stingy with their generosity. Now, generosity could be yourself, like giving of yourself and your time. Yes, it could be finance, but that's not always it. It could be you giving your love, your positive energy. And it's definitely understanding that not everything is about you. And I think that when we all figure out that it's not really about us, it's about other people, then that helps us move out of the way for our own blessings. Okay, that's a start. And I bring all of this up because, and I talk about how fast the society is because a lot of times you yourself, or you've noticed other people, you're walking down the street or you in a store and you might say, hello, how are you? A lot of times people might say it and they don't care how you are. You might not care to hear how somebody's day went. And in that case, I would say, don't ask. Don't say it. Just say hello. It's a nice day. Hello. I hope all is well with you. Or just hello. Just be pleasant. And again, being in that moment, be present in that moment. That's a form of generosity. Just walking by and just throwing it out there and then leaving it to linger on in the air and the wind is not being in the present. It's not absorbing that exchange of energy, that positive energy that you can experience. You know what I mean? And so I've seen people do it and they'll just throw stuff out there. Okay, yeah, fine, and they're just all in a hurry to get to nowhere. By the time they get to their destination, it's still nowhere. In the end, I mean, think about it. You're doing what? You're going home. You're going to work. It takes a couple of seconds to look someone in the eye. Hello, how are you? And then have that exchange and then move on. It's a pleasantry. It feels good to you. It feels good to the other person. It is very whimsical when it happens. To me, I love whimsy. And sometimes I'll just, like give you example, I'll turn around and say, good morning, how are you? And then they'll respond back the same. And then they'll stop and they'll be bowing and doing all this. And we're both like, yes, and boom, 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 like a cartoon or something. But it's really magical. And it's part of what makes life great. It's part of that abundance, that happy, that experience, and that positive vibe that you want to keep having, because you want to continue to have those interactions come back to you. And I notice if you're one of those people who you just stingy with everything. Your hand is closed like this. You are operating in a spirit of lack, and like attracts like. So if you're operating at that vibration, then that's where you're going to be. That is your life. And I say it over and over and over again, and probably ad nauseum. That's because I want people to understand that if you are wondering why you cannot get ahead, you're wondering why things are so hard and why life might be handing it to you more often than it seems like it is to other people sometimes. Think about everything that you're doing. And I always say core value. The core value is treat others as you want to be treated. And if you lead with that all the time, then you kind of have this thing aced. Okay. If you ask someone how they're doing and you don't really want to know, then expect to get that back. You understand? So, generosity of your time. Okay, sometimes what are things that you do to demonstrate generosity? Go ahead and put it in the comments. Even if you're watching the replay, it could be 1 or 2 words. Do you volunteer? Do you give to charity? Like I said, it doesn't have to be financial, but that is one of them. My mother always says if we all give a little bit of what we have, no one would need anything. And she is so right. She is so right. If we would all share, just share with each other and with people that need, no one would be in need. So finance does come into it, but it's not the largest piece of it. So in the comments, go ahead and share with us what things do you do that demonstrate generosity. And I do appreciate the likes. I want you to do me a favor and love this video, because love is the highest vibration and we want to keep that going. So go ahead and love this video, but not only love it, also type in the comments, even if it's just one word. What do you do that demonstrates generosity? Are you giving of your time? Do you call, maybe that long lost relative or an elder in the family? Or you give it 5 minutes. Say hello, how you doing? I know that can take time and people's schedules are busy. I get it. You might have to plan it out. I too have to catch up on some of my phone calls. So it's not just you, it's everyone. We all have to do it because we want to keep up and make sure that our people are okay. Friends that you hadn't talked to in a while, even if it's a quick text. Hey, just checking in. How are you? Because we all get caught up in our own lives and it's easy to forget, but you want to just stay up on that. Be generous and stay out of your own way. Also, with that, you want to pay a compliment sometimes. It's a feel good. Remember, it's not all about you. It's not always about you. But by the same token, it's okay to make it about you when you want to feel good about doing something for someone else. You don't have to wait to do it. A lot of this stuff is free. And if you want to give to charity and you feel like you don't have enough, $5, $1, you can do that. You can, if you have gently used clothing or toys. Imagine like the children who don't have anything and you have gently used items around the house, toys and clothing. Those things mean a lot to people. So definitely, and I know a lot of people still have some purging to do. You might purge like me. I purge throughout the year because sometimes I accumulate more things than I should. So I'm purging. And I think it's almost to me like I should be, that I forget the name of the companies where you buy stuff. Well, no, you don't buy it. You kind of rent it and then you send it back. that's sort of how I'm looking at my most of my stuff. Like I'm just really renting it for now. And then when I'm finished, I'll go ahead and pass it on to someone else who would appreciate it. And of course, it has to be gently used, not something that I'm thinking about I should throw away. No, you want it to be gently used. And I know I'm going off on a tangent, but this is on subject. Okay. Okay, guys. Now, I don't have anything else, but I will return with more tidbits. My link to other free resources is in the bar above. So go ahead and click on that and choose your own experience. Again, I am TJ Sykes, and I help people live big, beautiful lives so that they can live happily in abundance. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Until the next time, live simply and be kind. Yee, positive vibes.